Yes, guys, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video. I was just going to wait till Shameless, really. I was going to take a day off, but Chelsea decided, fuck that. Fuck that. There's been so many news over the last 24 hours. It's ridiculous. And we also need to talk about us winning the Caicedo derby. Nicholas Jackson, who has moved me like no player has moved me in years. And also Malo Gusto, still say Chukwuemeka in phases. Mudryk, obviously, unbelievable second half performance from him. We're going to get into all of it in today's stream. 400 of you lot in here already. Big up, everybody. Hit the like and subscribe button. Olise links. I wasn't anticipating this one. I didn't expect this one. So, in the last 20 minutes, Chelsea have offered 45 million euros to sign Michael Olise, which should be around 35 million because Fabrizio has also reported that he has a release clause around that amount. Michael Olise wants to go to Chelsea and he has agreed personal terms already. Fucking already. Cool. I didn't expect this. I don't know what really happens in terms of Madueke, Olise, and Angelo. And I feel like there's somebody else I'm missing on the right as well. But fuck it. Compete. They're all quality players, I guess. Fine. Like, I didn't expect us to be in for Olise. Apparently, Man City are interested as well, which does kind of worry me a little bit because they've got the right wing position open now with Mahrez gone. And I feel like if he's picking between Chelsea or City, he's probably going to go City. Who did they have there? It's probably going to be Foden and I guess Alvarez on the right-hand side. So, yeah, potentially a route into the first team for him there. And obviously they're going to be competing for much more than we are. So we have to see. But personal terms have already been agreed. I haven't heard anything about Man City on that front. I just know that there's interest from them as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. Big up everybody in here, though. I haven't even bigged up the comment section. Big up to Taha saying send Angelo and Morea on loan. I would have agreed with that anyway, to be honest. Angelo, I don't mind staying, but I feel like for someone who looks as talented as he does with the lack of European experience that he has, it would be better for him to just get game time. And something like a Strasbourg suits him perfectly. Moreira, the same as well. He looks very raw too, pause. So I would like him to go on loan as well. Olise, Madueke, I'm fine with that. Sterling, respectfully, if this deal happens, peace. It's been a time. I was not going to say it was a great time, but hey, if we get the likes of Olise in, that's another player that's above you in the pecking order, personally. I know I've been saying give Sterling another year and all of that, and we still will, but I feel like Olise is already going to show us more. This means, no, I think he stays anyway because he's got 4 years left on a very favorable contract and he doesn't really need to leave unless maybe Saudi come in for him because they're the only teams that would pay him that sort of money. But it probably means a bit less game time for him if he continues to play like the way he's been playing in pre-season. We call it what it is. So Olise is mostly a right winger, but I feel like he can play as a cam too. So it seems to me like it's going to be one of Cherki, Kudus, or Olise that we go in for. And I think personal terms have been agreed for all three of them. So it just depends on what deal we get in first. But I like that Chelsea are now moving more ruthlessly on this because we're getting a lot closer to the start of the season. We need to start seeing players come in. Now we're starting to move with a little bit more urgency. I like it. Let me know what you guys are saying. Big up everybody locked in. Kudus, Olise, or Cherki? Who are you picking? Me, I'm not really that picky. I feel like I would go for Olise and Kudus over Cherki, though. Just because I feel like they've been playing for a little bit longer at the top level. Unless Kudus hasn't, and I'm just completely waffling. But please let me know. Because I think Cherki's only been playing for like a season or two at the top level. I think. Maybe I don't know on either. But actually, Paul. Good idea. Oh, Scott, you don't rate the Olise move? kind of surprised by that, but I will send the link out. We will discuss that, of course. I always like when people are on the other side of the coin on it because it means you have a good discussion. Poll, don't worry, we're going to set a poll up now. It's not just Olise news. There are other topics we're going to get into today as well. Kudus, obviously, Cho, Elie Wahi, Caicedo. I think you got a bit on Lavia as well, so we're going to get into all of that. Let me sort the poll, though. Take your pick. Kudus, Cherki, and Olise. That's it. Cool. Let's see what you guys are saying. Olise, elite creator. I do feel like the same could be said for all three of them, to be honest. I think Kudus is better in terms of his finishing. Cherki's a little bit more creative. Olise gives you the same level of creativity with the work rate, and he's Premier League proven as well for all the people who like that too. I don't really feel like we lose with whatever option we pick, personally. Maybe we could go for 2. Maybe we could. What else is everyone saying? Who's winning on the poll? Who's winning on the poll so far? Olise is 45%, Cherki at 22%, Kudus at 34%. That was quietly the order I had, but I don't mind whichever one we get. I really don't mind. I like who we're looking for, though. It's another thing that gives me confidence in the recruitment policy. I'm looking at the names that we're linked with, and I'm not confused by them. They all work for me. I think we bring in any one of these 3, and they strengthen us as a team. So, big up to Todd Boehly and everybody. And we've seen some of the new signings and how they've been performing for Chelsea just yesterday. Malo Gusto looks good. I see the vision with Santos. I see the vision with Cassidy. Nicholas Jackson is fucking unbelievable. Mudryk, feel like he's finally found somebody who operates at the same wavelength in him, in Nicholas Jackson. And obviously we do need to see that in future games and everything, but it's good to see players that are quick thinking because we've lacked that. I'm sure you guys watched the mid-off just before the Chelsea-Brighton game, and you saw exactly what we had to deal with the year before. Kudus has one bad injury. Oh, fair enough. Is Matisse in there? Someone said get Matisse on. If he's in the comments, big up. Kudus has a bad injury record compared to Olise. Let me check everybody's injury record because I feel like people are worrying too much about that. Kudus injury history. So let's check that out. Minor knock in 2020, meniscal injury. Nothing too worrying. 1 meniscal injury, 1 ankle injury, 1 hamstring injury. The rest was like fractured ribs and knocks. Nothing too deep. Let's check Olise because I know he just had a recent injury that Chelsea are trying to look in on. Oh no, he's still got a hamstring injury. Other than that, he's got no real injury issues. Yeah, there's no reason to worry about Olise. I don't think there's any reason to worry about Cherki either. Yep, nothing. 1 17-game injury, and that's it. No reason to worry about injuries. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Arsenal fans are fighting each other already. It's fucking hilarious. Hey, Gallagher FC, big facts. We need more set piece takers. Olise on the right-hand side, cash money. I'm here for it. Also a Cobham graduate. Nice. Another one of Le Cobham coming home. I'm sure people are going to love that. So, on to the Hudson-Odoi news as well. Lazio are in advanced talks to sign Hudson-Odoi. Sign. That's the right term. None of this loan with obligation to buy bollocks that makes absolutely no sense when he's got a year left on his contract. That's BS. Don't agree with that. But Lazio fans are already raiding his mentions, telling him to come join Lazio. So hopefully he feels the love and makes the move. Another one bites the dust. Then it's only Ziyech and Lukaku we need to get rid of. Lukaku, by the way, is going out so sad. Apparently, he's DMing Inter, messaging Inter, crying and begging, sending him his fitness stats every week, but they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. Stop begging Inter and go find yourself a club, for fuck's sakes. We are near August. We want our money. Otherwise, you're not playing for 4 months. And who's going to want you after that? Get it done, Lukaku. Get it done. Big up to Galib saying, big up, Lewis. Is it me or Jackson looks stylistically like a young Aubameyang? I don't know, because maybe I didn't watch Aubameyang when he was young, but I never really had him down for hold-up play and everything like that. Maybe with the runs in behind, I do kind of see it, but no, I've just been seeing a quality centre forward. The hold-up play, the link-up play, and the weight of pass as well. Such a key attribute, and he's got it to perfection. The finishing, the decision-making. As of right now, I'm yet to see a weakness in his game. But it's still early days. I feel like when we play Premier League teams and they're actually fully fit, maybe we might start to see areas that he needs to improve on. And of course, we're going to give him all the time in the world. He's completely earned that of the last 2 games that we've seen from him anyway. But yeah, I'm not comparing him to anybody. I'm not comparing him to anybody just yet. Check Dodgers. I've been told to check Dodgers. Big up Chelsea Dodgers. Okay, so it's Cho News. We got Cho News. Big up 900 plus of you in here, though. Hit the like button, subscribe. 2 streams for you today. We got this, which wasn't even meant to happen until the Olise news. And then we got Shameless FC at 10:30. So keep a lookout for that, people. Keep a lookout. Hudson-Odoi is keen to leave Chelsea as soon as possible and has agreed to personal terms with Fulham. Nice. They need to get a bid in. Chelsea have been trying to drive up the price and have invited Lazio into the race. Seems like Hudson-Odoi would rather stay in London, and I get that. Stay home. Stay where you don't have to uproot your family or uproot your life. You'll still be in the Premier League. I don't really have too much to say on this because we want Hudson-Odoi gone and he's actively trying to facilitate his exit. So more power to him. He's not being a pain in the ass. He's not, from the looks of it, demanding silly wages because he's agreed personal terms with Fulham. I think he did with Forest as well, or another club, but I can't remember. But there are other clubs interested, and I feel like Hudson-Odoi will leave this summer. So, thank you. Big up. We will never forget that Europa League run. We'll never forget that Europa League run. What else do we have? Big up Alpha Santos. What a name. Saying Sterling's days have to be numbered. Bro is dookie. If we get Olise, it probably is anyway, but Sterling I don't think leaves. He'll have to just compete for a spot. And you know what? I look forward to seeing the competition because I don't think Poch is going to be the type to just have favourites or to completely favour experience throughout a season over the ability that he sees on the pitch. If Sterling plays like shit, there's going to be other options over him, and they're probably going to start, and that's going to mean a lot less game time for Sterling, who is going to get frustrated with that and leave the season afterwards. Literally left Man City because of lack of game time, and he had their top 5 highest minutes in the squad. So if he can't get into the lineup for whatever reason it may be, he will be gone. And I don't think it will be too much of a fuss about it either. So I don't care what happens with Sterling now. I don't really care. If you play well, great. If you don't play well, get out. Simple as that. Simple as that. Any update on Caicedo? What did we get? Chelsea's focus is still on Caicedo. They want to get that deal done, says Fabrizio Romano. AKA, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Maybe next week will be the week. I hope. I really hope, because I'm going to start panicking soon. Well, not panicking, but I'm going to start asking questions. Fulham would be a good move for any of those clubs would be good moves for him. Any of them. And I don't really care. I just want him gone. Clear out. Do not care about sentiment. Doesn't care about sentiment. Personal terms verbally agreed with Kudus as well. Great. Just interested to see which one we end up getting, because it will be one out of the three. I don't think we get two. Big up Sarcasm City for the raid. Big up. We'll see you guys in a couple of hours. Who's winning the poll? Can't see the poll now. Crap. Olise's still winning. Olise and Kudus are neck and neck, though. 2% separate them. And yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Although leaning a little bit more towards Olise. But I'm only going to say that's because I've watched him a little bit more. Like, I haven't really watched too much of Kudus except from comps. And comps only show you the best of a player. Doesn't show you the worst. So, either or, I'm happy. All the last year has shown me is that Chelsea's recruitment policy makes sense and we're getting good players with good potential. And they're showing their worth. So I'm all for it. 1K in here. Big up. Hit the like button. Subscribe. All of that shit. Big up, everybody. Big up. City are also looking at Olise, but I don't think they've pushed as far as we have. I don't think they've agreed personal terms with him. If it comes to us or City, maybe not. Maybe we won't get him. But there's clearly other options. So I wouldn't even be too annoyed if we didn't get Olise. If he goes and says, I prefer Man City over Chelsea, fairs. We're going to do cry about it. The team that's top of the league versus the team that's 12th with no Europe. It is what it is. But Cherki's still there. Kudus is still there. We got options. Man said Gallagher and Olise swap. Yo! I couldn't think of a better idea. Send Gallo Dog the other way. Send him the other way. Bring in Olise. I'm here for it. Completely agree with it. What other news do we have? So Chelsea are keeping an eye on Lavia's situation. It's not linked to Caicedo, but Caicedo is the priority currently. Joe Shields' special connection. If it's not linked to Caicedo, then that means we would go and get both of them. Is he trying to hint that we're still looking for a 6-2? Because I'd be surprised about that, especially with Andre Santos' development. Now, again, I'm not really going to complain too much about it, but it don't really make a lot of sense. And I don't know if we're actually going to push for it. If we are, cool. I'm fine with that. But yeah, with the way Santos has been playing, that would mean he'd have to go on loan. And I feel like we would find clubs for him anyway, so that's fine. But I'd rather keep him, to be fair. I'd rather keep him as depth. He's looked decent. You need 4 6s. Even without Europe, would you say we need 4 6s? I'd say maybe 3 at most. Maybe 3. Although one would also have to be versatile, and Andre Santos is. So I kind of get that too. I would rather have Mount over Havertz. That was daylight robbery. Can we get our money back? No, you can't. And you can hold that. It's the season ain't even started and they want their money back. Hold that. I'm sure I remember you gassing Havertz a couple days ago in my comment section. Aye. See what happens when you actually watch the player in real life. Hold that, bro. Hold that. Enjoy 4 years of debates over his natural position. Enjoy it. We don't have to worry about that no more. Elye Wahi. Understand Chelsea are now advancing in talks to sign Elye Wahi. Agreement getting closer. New negotiations round scheduled with Montpellier. I don't mind whether he stays. I don't mind whether he goes to Strasbourg, because I saw someone make this point and it made a lot of sense. We need to be sending players to Strasbourg that can raise the profile of that club, raise them higher up in the league, make it look more attractive to younger players who want to go and spend a year there. Ideally, because that club would be in Europe as well. A player of El Yewahi's quality and the one that's shown it in that league as well would do really well at a team like Strasbourg. They finished 10 points below the team that he was at last season. So if he ends up going to Strasbourg, cool. If he ends up staying, cool. You'll give us some good competition too. I'd rather send him to Strasbourg though. All the youth that we can't really fit into this season, send them straight over there. Send them straight. Because I'm seeing some talented players in our team. Some very talented players. I said Igal got me. I can't be arsed. Big up to Igal, though. Big up to Igal. And hopefully he isn't scapegoating Havertz. Yeah, we will make a decision. We've got personal terms agreed with all three of them. Like, we're cool. We are cool. If I speak. Big trouble. Big trouble. I prefer not to be in trouble. What else do we have? Actually, I didn't even deep Chelsea Fan TV rated as well. Big up to my guys. Hey, no Igal slander though. No Igal slander. Igal's bro. Questionable football opinions, but we all have them. I was the one who ran R9 prop, so I'll never criticize anybody's ball knowledge. We all make mistakes. Him believing in Havertz, a little bit of a mistake. It is what it is. We all make them. Big up to my guy, Monts. Big up, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. The Chelsea are too. Hey, Van Dijk might have to watch out for Nicholas Jackson, you know. Might have to watch out. As long as you sort out the midfield, though. Get me this Caicedo deal sorted. It's too long. I understand. Anyone who backs Havertz is deluded anyway. So we've done Lavia. We spoke on Caicedo, El Yewahi, Cho. We spoke on Kudus. Am I missing anything? Am I missing any other news topics? Let me just check. Incoming head of recruitment, Joe Shields' most famous projects. Jadon Sancho, Olise, and Lavia from The Athletic. Explains the links. But stay the fuck away from Sancho. Don't even piss me off with that one. I don't want to see no Sancho to Chelsea links drop in the next 2-3 days because of this crap. Don't do it. We've been mocking United for too long about Mount for this to happen. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. All right? We'll do Olise. I don't mind you doing Lavia. Leave Sancho alone. Leave him over there. You don't need him. You don't need that. Vivell news. Oh, yeah. Vivell left, but like, what the fuck did he ever do anyway? So I don't care. Most of the stuff was from Joe Shields and Win Stanley anyway. I think he got João Felix in, maybe a couple of the January transfers, and that's it. I don't care too much. I'd argue Sancho is worse than Kai. Maybe just because of the UCL final goal. Maybe just. Because Sancho's literally not contributed any big goals to them. Except maybe that Liverpool goal. Let me check Dodgers quickly. If there's nothing else, I'm going to send the link out. Lazio in advance talks to sign Hudson-Odoi. Saw that. Too many game highlights. Although I'll watch those goals back. I'll gladly watch those goals back. PSG will open negotiations over the transfer of Mbappe next week, with the Qatar-owned club expecting to field formal offers from a range of suitors, including Saudi Arabia and Chelsea. Mbappe is good and all that, but is he Nicholas Jackson? I am not too sure. If he wants to join, cool. I'm fine with that, but I'm not really in a rush. I'm not going to press for Mbappe unless Mbappe says, I want to join Chelsea. And right now, I feel like he wants Real Madrid. And I'm in too good of a mood over our players to now sit there and say, we need to fucking get Mbappe at all costs. If he wants to join us, then we can have some discussions. If I hear sources saying Kylian Mbappe wants Chelsea, we can talk. Until then, it's nice to have our name involved and all of that. But I got Mudryk, I got Nicholas Jackson, and I am happy. I am happy. I don't need to start thinking about 10s when I'm investing in my 6s and 7s so far. I'm good. I'm good. Bro, we've been filling this up all summer with Guna tears, man. It's gotta be a big mug. It's gotta be a big mug. Man said French connection. Just wait. I'm waiting to see what the Mbappe links say. Tell me Chelsea dropped a bid. Fuck it. Tell me Chelsea dropped a bid. Then we can have a discussion. Cool. I think that might be it. Yeah. That's about it. That's about it for today. But link is going to go out to the panel. And I totally agree, my guy. Big up as well. Good to see you in. And you guys, get the fuck back up to the Premier League. Leicester's a good away. Can't believe we're not going up there this season. Can't be asked. Right. Link is going out. Let's see what everybody's saying. Hit the like button, subscribe. What else? If you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, super chat that shit. Big up to everybody in here. All right, cool. I think that's everybody. Big up, my guys. Big up. Scott, I want to speak to you first because you didn't sound too happy with the whole Olise news and everything. Let me know where your head's at on this.
Just think it makes no sense. And what I will say is my feelings on this don't come from a place of like ability-wise, because like we've spoke about Olise as a player before on the channel, and I really like Olise. It's nothing about him as a player. It's more I look at it from a point of like these owners and the recruitment guys. Even their talent ID, right? I look at what they've done, and the guys they've brought in have been really good. Most of the guys they brought in. For me, it's a case of priorities. If we sign Olise and we sign the other guys we're looking to get at, that'll be our 6th attacker. If you include Moreira and Nkunku as well, because their deals were sorted out before the summer, that'll be the 6th attacker we've signed this summer. The 6th. And we're still yet to sign a midfielder. I don't want to hear about Caicedo. It's not done until it's done. And we're still yet to sign a goalkeeper, which is also a position of need. What annoys me as well is when we're hearing shit in like from certain reports where we're hearing, oh, we can't afford this goalkeeper because we can't afford to pay that much for a goalkeeper. When we're haggling over like when the difference in valuation, also there's a mad thing coming from Jimmy. When we're hearing there's a difference in valuation of 30 million between us and Brighton, and that's how much it's going to cost us for Olise, can we stop fucking about with this? Like, if we'd signed Olise, or not Olise, if we'd signed Caicedo, and if we'd signed a goalkeeper, I'd have no problem with this. It's just priorities. That's what it comes down to. Like, we're just stockpiling attackers at this point. Like, what is the point? Like, I don't understand what the point is of signing another winger when we already have currently 3 or 4, actually, but at least one's going out on loan to play on that right side. I don't understand. I just don't understand what the point of stockpiling players is. And we're in the same situation where we were in January, where we stockpiled a bunch of players. We needed to get rid of a bunch of players, and no one left. Didn't get rid of Savić on loan. Didn't get rid of Hutchinson on loan. Didn't get rid of Chukwuemeka on loan. Didn't get rid of these guys. So we ended up with a squad of 34 players. So like, why they're doing the same thing I mentioned about on the stream yesterday with Vivel, where it's you're throwing everything at the wall and just seeing what sticks.
That's not what they're doing. That's
Come on, man. This is bullshit.
Yeah, like what they supposed. That's waffle. That's
What?
bullshit.
Wait, Chester. What bullshit do you mean?
No, first of all, you have football people in charge. You're acting like Bowley's running the show still. It's not. It's the people that are getting paid to scout and go get players. Okay? And you might think goalkeeper is a need position, but they've already come out and said that it's not, that they're fine with Kepa.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Jester. Then I don't want to hear a single thing from you when Kepa fucks up next season, and he will. Like, he will. I don't want to hear shit from you talking about Kepa, because me and Andrew and others have told you about Kepa.
Why would you put that on us?
Wait, Jimmy, wait. Come on, Scott.
We've told you about Kepa from time and about how we need an upgrade. And we're just going to say, okay, it's cool. We can deal with Kepa again. Cool. I don't want to hear fucking shit from anyone that says we're fine with Kepa for a season when he fucks up next season. I do not want to hear shit from anyone.
So exactly what goalkeeper are we supposed to get, Scott?
Mamardashvili. That's an improvement.
Navas is also there as a potential.
You could have got Onana.
Hold on, wait.
You can go Diogo Costa. I'm going to just name a few here that are all better than Kepa that you can go and get.
Jimmy, you cannot get you cannot go into next season with Kepa as a main goalkeeper. You just can't. Like,
why can't you?
I don't know. Yesterday.
I don't want Kepa.
Okay. I don't know if it's consistent enough next season. That's the problem.
But I'm not about to cuss them getting other top. We already just bitched and complained that Caicedo's holding up everything. Well, he's clearly not, because they're still going out signing players. Don't look at these Angelo and those guys. Those guys are going on loan, so they're not going to be here. If they bring in Olise, who's a proven player, they're not going to go and get Shirky also. A lot of those guys are dropping off the list. They're not getting all of them. They're going to get one, maybe two. And then the rest are dropping off. They're not signing everybody. And this idea of, let's go and sign a board of proven board members who done it at a high level. Then when they start to do it, question what they're doing before they even really get going. To me, I'm not saying not to have a concern. You can have a concern, but to say, they're doing the same shit from last year, that's waffle. That's bullshit. It's not even nowhere near like last year. Nowhere near. Like, that's why I would have to completely disagree with you, Scott. I understand what you're saying, like, we should get a goalkeeper.
Same thing as
I agree. I want a goalkeeper too. But I'm not about to say we have to get a goalkeeper first when there's no goalkeeper to get. Onana,
bro. What do you mean there's no goalkeeper? Yes, there are.
Bro,
there are keepers to get. That's where I agree.
We've never said we can't afford a goalkeeper. We don't value the goalkeepers at the price they're selling.
That's the reports
that came out. Y'all want us to spend $75 million on this Caicedo? But I'm sorry, I had nobody tell me he was one of the best goalkeepers in the world until this summer. That's what we just paid $75 for Kepa. And now this Caicedo, who I never heard anybody ever say he was top 5 in the world. Y'all want us to pay $75 million for him? But Onana just went for 50, and Onana's supposed to be better? That's just dumb money. Like, I understand it. I get it. It's funny to me when y'all ready, y'all go, it's not my money, so just spend it. But then when they go to spend it on like a Mbappe, y'all complain about wages and shit. Like, you got to be, if you want to be smart with the money for great players, you definitely got to be smart with the money for players that might turn out to be bust. I understand the Costa guy. I understand, but before this transfer market, I never heard anybody say he was a top 5 keeper. Nobody.
Nah, he was a potential goalkeeper. He's one that's going to be there. He's not one that's there yet.
But for $75 million? Like,
I know, like I've always said, I understand people being annoyed by the price tag because it is.
Again.
And I understand being annoyed. Trust me, I was at the game with Steve yesterday. Ask him what I kept yelling out. Don't kick the ball back to Kepa. His distribution was fucking horrible.
It always has been shit, by the way. Like, it always has been shit.
Overrated
as fuck.
I don't want us to spend $75 million on this Caicedo. I don't. If we went out and spent $75 million on him, I would have the same feeling about him that people be having about strikers. Because I have the same fucking feeling like Kepa. Like, this dude just expensive. I don't know him for nothing else but being expensive. I don't know Costa for nothing else but being expensive. That's what I know him for. He's fucking expensive. That's it. Because before this transfer market,
Jimmy,
I hadn't heard his name called in the best goalkeepers in the world.
Jimmy, like, all of this just comes back. Even if you don't get Costa, I mentioned others. The thing that this comes back to for me is just priorities. Like I said, when it comes to the actual talent idea of these guys, I can't fault it. Like, you look at the guys in time, where it's Jackson and Kunku, whether it's like even the limited time we've seen Mudryk and Madueke in their best moments, whether it's like Santos, like the Gusto, whatever. I can't fault their talent idea. I'm talking about priorities. It's like what we've done is given our kid a credit card in a shopping center and just go and spend it. You've told them what they need to buy, but you've given them your credit card, and it's just they're buying everything. They're buying whatever they see because they just want to buy everything. That's the problem I have. It's like when the thing is as well, when we're signing guys as well, like when we get in Wahi, that's like what 25-30 mil we've spent on a guy to just send out on loan straight away. Like why? Because it's a method
to that. Because it's a method. That's how the board. That's how they build. That's how they stack talent.
Bro, what do you stack talent? Our first 11 is not sorted, bro. You're doing this backwards.
Bro, but that doesn't mean you don't stop. But y'all just complained that you don't want Caicedo to hold up everything. Caicedo is part of the first 11. They're working on it, but they're not going to.
I want them to get that done. So my point is, I want them to get that done. We're fucking around and have been for months. Then fucking get it done. Because all I'm hearing about every report coming out is, oh, there's a difference in valuation. Cool. For the money you're fucking spending on Wahi, for him to spend a year on loan at Strasbourg for no fucking reason, go and use that money on Caicedo and get that sorted.
Bro, they don't want to spend the fucking.
Also, can I just point something out, Jimmy? This isn't necessarily aimed at you, right? But I just want to point something out.
I get it. Don't worry about it.
This is more aimed at like Jester and other people, like people talking about like. And when I come back to needs, I saw Jester mention in the comments earlier we need a centre back. Cool, so go and fucking sort that first. I don't think we do, but if you think we do, go and sort that first. Then, I like also the thing as well for me with the whole right wing situation is we've said, oh, Angelo will go on loan. Why? Why is he not good enough to be involved in the squad next season? That's what I don't understand. Is like I don't understand why we're
unless we sign Kudus.
That's the only being unfair. We watch them for 45 minutes and be like, oh, he's ready.
Yeah, but Jimmy,
I agree. We have to take their word.
Hang on, Jimmy. I agree, right? Hang on, Jimmy. I agree. But you know what? Do you know why for me that doesn't run? Is because then we'll use we'll ignore that argument. We're talking about Santos, who's had less game time, has had the same amount in terms of preseason, and we'll say he's ready. Cool. All we've seen him for is 2 preseason games, the same as Angelo.
That's our it's the same.
But that's what Jimmy.
You can't mix what the fans saying what the team doing. I think sometimes you blend in the two. Because of what the team is not doing what the fans say do. The team is doing what they see. Now, if it matches up with the fans, then that just happens. The team they're not going to keep Santos because I tweet about it or because you tweet about it. They're going to keep Santos because he's good enough. That's why. They're going to keep him because he's good enough. He showed and proved that he's good enough. They're not going to keep him because we're tweeting about it. Simple. The team is going to do what's best for the team. They're not worried about what we think when it comes putting the talent on the field. I don't think Poch is sitting around thinking, oh, shit, look, they tweeting about Santos. I got to keep Santos. I think Poch see what the fuck I see. I think Santos ready when I see him. I see people on my timeline say they don't. That's just their opinion. But the only opinion that really matters is Poch. It's Poch. And I think he deserves the benefit of the doubt over every fucking one of us who's sitting around tweeting, because he's actually got the track record of taking young players and turning them into stars. So if he say, look, I'm keeping him and I'm sending him on loan, he got all the right. He might don't have a trophy or a bunch of trophies, but he got a track record of young players that he brought up and got the best out of them. So we got to work. It's like to me, it'll be asinine to go against that. Whatever, I love Santos. I think Santos looked great. But if Pot say, nah, not quite, then it must be something he see that alone can help more than him staying. And I'll work with it. The only thing that would make me go against it, unless I see a young player who just tearing it apart, and then they send them all alone when it's just clearly obvious. Right now, it's not clearly obvious that Santos is a senior player. It's to me, it's just like from what I see. Now, I will have to wait to hear,
unless, because we all know Kudus has already agreed yesterday. Then we had Olise today, which is surprising as well. Unless Poch decide to change his mind on selling Raheem Sterling, then other than that, like Scott said, adding more attackers adding more attackers to the squad, kind of like, what are you doing? You kind of make some of the players going to be unhappy because of the lack of playing time.
It's not unhappiness. It's just lack of planning. Like, because we're talking about in the Sarcasm C group chat, and I see people, like a couple guys like mention about Madueke. Maybe they're concerned about his fitness. If that's true, like I'm meant to understand that you signed an injury-prone guy in January, and are now worried about his injury record and fitness. That's just shit planning. If that's the case, obviously. But if that's the case, that's just shit planning from the start. If it's not the case, then whatever. But again, I don't see where all these guys fit. Because like Elise as well, I keep saying people, he's not a 10. He's a winger. Of all the guys we're going to sign, he's probably like, of all three, I'd say he's the more limited in terms of positional sense, in terms of playing other positions than the other two.
Madueke was out as well against Wrexham, right?
Yeah,
he was on. He played with the under 20 or the under 21s for England, so he's been on vacation.
They came back.
So it's going to be either or. It's not going to be both Kudus and Olise. I think it's going to be either or. You need a fourth winger. Okay.
No, you don't.
Because there's only three on the team that we know of, right? Mudryk, Sterling, Madueke. They're looking for that fourth winger. You have to have two at every position is what they're looking at this year.
No, you don't.
I mean, you can say the opposite of everybody, the whole thing, and we can do that. But that's exactly what they're doing.
Go back and look how many players we had in each position under Sarri. Not under Sarri, under Conte when we last played once a week.
That was under Conte. They're looking at two at every position,
cool. So my point is,
which is 22 players. Okay, with a third goalkeeper, that's 23 players, which is about the size of the squad that we were led to believe that Poch wants to have. Okay? So the real issue is, are the players this summer with the team going to make purchases obsolete, as in they're playing so good you don't need to go out and get extra players? Or have they seen enough to where, yes, they would really like to have somebody that has a little bit more experience, which Poch has spoken about, than the youth players filling those positions. Mm-hmm. So it might be that the only youth player out of this whole group that stays is Andre Santos as a 6, and Caicedo and the rest of them go out on loan, which makes more sense for an Olise or a Kudus to come in, play that fourth winger role. If it's Kudus, we also know he can play that cam role as well. But I do think that we'll start out in a 4-2-3-1, but when we get up, we might switch to a 4-3-3. Bring, had Nkunku as a false 9 and play Caicedo, Santos, and Enzo in the midfield just for possession to kill off the game. So for me, what I'm really, if you want to need position right now, back. Chalobah's not the dude. We need to bring in a center back that you don't mind seeing out there game in, game out on the right-hand side. So for me, we need center back. Get this, one of the three we've been talking about in. get Caicedo done, figure out if you've got another 6 in the squad that you want to keep, or if you don't sell Gallagher, it's going to be Gallagher. We all understand that. If he goes, then you look at Lavia for 50 million, or do you say Caicedo is good enough and it won't be a detriment for him to stay in the team as well? Those are the decisions that are going to be made. And then it's going to be, okay, let's find a goalkeeper that can at least compete with Kepa, or if Kepa gets hurt, we're not hurting. And that might be a Robert Sanchez, or it might be a David Raya. But they're not looking at goalkeeper as the primary position of need.
Or we can get
just before we go, just gonna go through these super chats quickly. Got a couple guys waiting. Big up to Mitchy boy for the love. Big up yourself. I hope you're having a good weekend, bro. CNAC says Costa is available at 50 to 70 million plus. We could get them on the low end because of poor financial issues. That would just mean a more better financial plan that suits us. Caicedo and him are my priorities till the end of the season. I see Kudus and Olise as more attainable right now, but priorities. I think it just depends on where everybody's priorities are at. Do you value getting a new goalkeeper or waiting for the new season? Depends on your thoughts. Mervell says another thing is there is another keeper. If there is another keeper, the wage for him might be high while we have Kepa on a high wage himself. I think the wages play a role in it. But that also means we wouldn't be able to get a goalkeeper unless they were good enough to be on wages above that. And then you're debating whether the goalkeeper's
the problem with that is you then are in a situation where you either are going to be stuck with Kepa till the end of his contract, which I believe is another 3 years. So that's another 2 or 3 years of Kepa. Again, I hope you man are happy with that. Or you have to go and sign what I've been wanting, which is a world-class goalkeeper.
Screw you, Jamie.
Anyway.
Sorry.
No, that's cool. But that's what I'm saying. Like you're stuck in a position where you either need to sign a world-class goalkeeper anyway, because those are going to be the type of goalkeepers that command that type of money, or you're stuck with Kepa as your number one for another 3 years.
Yeah, I feel like
is Costa world class?
Wanting to join us anyway. I kind of get.
Costa was really mid on the World Cup.
There's option C as well.
How much better are these people that we're naming over Kepa? Are they like seven? They're much better because I haven't seen them.
Maignan is better, clearly better.
Oh yeah, Maignan I know, but I'm talking about these other guys.
He's the only one, but I don't think AC Milan will.
I think Mamardashvili is on the same level as of now.
AC Milan would not willing to sell him this window.
Magnan's not going anywhere.
2 more super chats quickly, and then we'll be done. Big up JGJ. Thank you for the donation. Saying Jimmy speaking facts. Why are you not complaining when yesterday it was Caicedo is holding up everything? Why go for keepers when they're not worth it right now, and why rush? I would say there's even the likes of Keylor Navas if you like a goalkeeper on the cheap. Like ever since Nicholas Jackson's last few games, I'm more willing for us to push for a goalkeeper because I would rather give Nicholas Jackson a couple months instead. Big up Francis saying they scouted Angelo. They know he can't score. He's more of a dribbler, to be fair. And Mervell says, trust me, I do want Kepa gone. I might drop a little poll as well just to see where everyone's at on the Kepa front. But I'm with you.
The thing is, like, why can't you?
Thank you for the donations.
Why don't you want like a Keylor Navas, cheeky Keylor Navas for a loan at least a year?
That'd be an improvement.
Until we get a top goalkeeper.
Improvement.
Massive improvement.
You can want to get rid of Kepa all you want to, but who's going to buy him?
Yeah, who's going to buy him? Especially if you sit him for a year.
Which is the point I made earlier about if he stays and we don't get anyone, if our thought is we can't get anyone because of the wages thing, which I don't necessarily believe is entirely true. There might be a little bit of truth, but if that's true, he's going to be our number one until he leaves on a free. And I hope people are ready for that if that happens.
I think.
Or they need to actually go out and buy a top-class goalkeeper, which is what we could have done with Onana. That ship sailed. We could do with Maignan. Like we could do with goalkeepers.
I think.
I would much rather. Y'all keep players that don't want to come.
One thing is, if we are not going to go.
Yeah, we got you.
Yes.
One thing I want to say quickly, I would be willing if we are not going to get a striker, obviously with how Nicholas Jackson is currently performing, to spend that money that we would allocate to that striker to bringing in a Maignan, in my opinion. But that's just me, obviously.
You don't want to join us.
Saying that like he wants to come here. He doesn't want to join Chelsea.
Again, I'm just.
It's not a video game, bro.
If he was willing to join, if he is willing to join us, that's all I said. I don't understand what the issue is.
Look,
if he was willing to join us,
I get it, but like it's already come out that you don't want us. That has to be
fair
next
enough.
year.
I don't know. All right. Then.
I think next likely then if we get Champions League. I think otherwise it's gone.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of people do not realize and don't read the comments and what the comments mean. Like I said, if you will actually listen to Pochettino press conference after the game, you will understand why we're going for Olise.
He said
Why
we
you
need
not
more
listening?
experience.
What did he
Yes.
say exactly?
Exactly. He said, I know we have a young talent and we're working hard to bring more experience into the team. It's up.
Is Kudus not experienced enough?
But these are
Didn't
quotes
Olise
you're
only have one season
referencing?
in the Premier League?
Kudus has
Have
no
you-
Premier League experience, so
Depends what you
these
mean
guys
by
have not
Who?
played
experience.
in this league.
It's more to it. It's more to that. It's a part of the same comment. Yes, Lewis. It's part of the same comment when he said that we working hard on bring more experience and stuff like that. Look, as much as I want to gas up the Angelo and stuff like that, and Olise is an upgrade to Angelo in the Premier League. I don't care what you're saying. The
And Ziyech
problem
as well.
is,
In every sense of football too. In every
Look,
aspect of what they do,
that's-
he's better than Angelo.
I didn't finish talking. I'm trying to figure it out. I understand Sky's point of view, and for me, it's the biggest problem. It's priority. I do not know what's the hold up with Caicedo. For me, Caicedo is more important than Olise, more important than goalkeeper.
Caicedo.
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 Yeah. Oh, thank
Now we
you.
got the midfielders next. But yeah, go on, no worries.
So for me, it's more important. That's more important than anything else. But I'm not the one in to know. So apparently, everybody over here in to know because they know that for some reason we're going for Olise without and stop going for Caicedo, right? Is that the appearance we're getting? That we're
No.
going for
That's what I was
Olise?
saying.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean that
Alex,
we
why
stop.
do- Can I ask this? Like, why are we getting
I didn't
on?
fit.
You are finished. Why
Okay.
are we getting on?
Pator bully
Here comes the
today.
shotty.
Pator on his bully. What's up, bro?
Why are
It's
we
that
Because the
bucket
shot-
hat, huh?
Wow.
I didn't
It's
expect
that
that.
bucket hat.
My father looked at him and said, "You are finished." I was like, "Oh man, it's like clip that shit."
I can't
Out of context, where are you, bro?
I just had a coffee. I was gonna say,
Look.
why,
Finished.
Jimmy? Well, like, why Poch thinks like, all right, what do he thinks like we're gonna get Olise? Like, does he know that he's an injury-prone player?
Who's
not
the
injured,
injury
right?
prone player?
Olise.
Olise.
That's the one thing
Did
I'll say
you
about him. He's
hold
not-
on?
he's not
Let me
injured
get
right
this
now, but he's
little
not
Buddha. Let me get this little Buddha back for what he said. Please tell me what his last injury was.
I just had a coffee, but okay.
I didn't. Nobody asked
Blame it
you.
on the
Nobody
coffee.
cared. Ask
let
me,
me look it up.
answer my question. What was his last injury?
It was a knee injury, isn't it?
No, it wasn't.
No, it was his hamstring.
Well, knees and
looking
hamstring.
into
No,
both-
it's
in the same
fact.
part
It's
anyway.
fact. Kudus had a slightly meniscus, but
in the same-
He
Olise
had a
didn't have
hamstring
no knee
injury.
It's in
injury.
the same part anyway. It's in the same part anyway.
Say, oh my God, he's even dumber. Like you can't get mad at a dumb person, can you? Look, none of them are actually injury prone. If you will even listen to the Lewis stream from the beginning when he pulled the injury record of both players, none of them had serious injuries. But you didn't even listen to your friend's stream. You
I
don't.
was.
That's
I
why
had
you
a- I had a
NPC.
nap. I woke up when Lewis was on. I had a nap. Allow it, bro. I had a nap. I just woke up from a nap, and then I saw the link came on. I came on.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Thank
so
you to
you
Pat Prince.
grumpy right
Listen,
now.
Oh
Look,
my god!
okay,
That's why I
let me
did
go
Were you
back.
burped and changed?
I
dude?
mean, like, no, they dropped him.
They dropped him on his head. A
Look,
lot.
listen again. I'm going back. I'm saying that yes, I will breathe easily if we sign Caicedo. I will breathe easily. That's how much I think. The reason why is Olise. I like the kid, but if it will like, for me, the only reason I kind of don't want him, and that's the only reason I'm kind of questioning that thing. It's too similar to Mudryk. I don't like to have a same threat. It's too predictable.
No, he's left-footed.
Nah,
my
he's
God,
not like
man.
that.
He's the
I
right
think
wing.
he's
the
more
right
like
player.
Ziyech. I think
Unless-
He's
like
more like
Ziyech.
Madwake. He's like more like Madwake than Mudryk.
Yeah, I don't
You
see
might-
him as
you might as well-
No,
you
no.
must-
Olise is
but the
more
thing-
skill based. He doesn't really use his
But
pace.
the thing I like about
that.
Olise is he's a set piece
Olise has
taker.
a pace
An
and
actually
power.
good set piece taker, unlike fucking Mason Mount.
I don't think anybody's like Modric. That dude's got
Yes, he's a
flash.
pace and
He's
power.
the flash. Training the flash.
No. He's a pace and power. And Madueke is nothing like pace and power. The guy, no. I'm saying it's too predictable. I don't want to do it the same way. I want to have two different threats from the wings. For me, I like D'Angelo, but he's too young. If the Poch wants Olise, Poch wants Olise. If it was me, I'll take Kudus. Only one way.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll take Kudus for one specific reason. Because I can fill holes with Kudus if I need to. Because I'm not going to trust... Apparently, I'm not going to trust Sterling this season.
You do need a bit of width.
That's Olise. He's talking about Olise.
I'm talking about...
Yeah,
no, now I'm talking
the super
about
chat. The super chat.
Oh, the super chat's about Elise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Big up Shady Nation saying picked up injuries the past 2 seasons. I think they were minor injuries though.
Yeah,
He's
like
looking
what
like-
injuries?
It was a little ankle
His
injury.
pink is hurt.
Every time we go to
Gentlemen, I'm off to do a podcast. Y'all be good.
Take care,
I'll
bro.
see.
Good seeing you as
Yeah,
always. Have a
Justin,
good
see you,
weekend,
Justin.
man. Take care.
I seen it. He had one ankle injury. He was out for like 42
That's
days,
a shame. I didn't
and
get
that
to-
was like that's the most he ever
This
got.
is
on his
Elise's
last
injury record.
He's only had 2 injuries. Like he's on his 2nd injury currently. He's injured with a hamstring. Like
No,
someone
he
said
missed
another-
2 days for rest. Don't forget, he missed 2 days for
He had the plantar fasciitis, man. That's a walking people's injury.
Also, on a side note,
That's a
I didn't get
plantar fasciitis, man. Are
on-
you
on a
freaking
side note,
serious?
I completely forgot to
People
cook
Okay,
with
so that's
flip-flops
mine.
have
I
that
wouldn't
injury.
know.
This is literally called soccer injury and flip-flop injuries. You know what's the flip-flop injury? When the bottom of your foot is hurting because you don't have no arch support.
Yeah, when you
Oh,
got
for
flat
fuck's
feet.
sake.
Yeah, my son had
Yeah, we got nothing to worry about on this front.
Plantar fasciitis. Oh my word! You know what's the cure for that injury? Froze the bottle of water and roll your foot. Roll your foot on it. That's the treatment for
I'll
plantar
remember that.
fasciitis.
or
I'll
a tennis
keep that in
ball. Or a
the
tennis
draft.
ball.
Oh my
I said the
word!
Archie
people.
Sterling can't be asked.
And he's injury prone. That's crazy.
But yeah, I'm with you as well. I'm not too sure how much trust I have in Sterling for this season.
I'm
we'll see
kind
how
of
the
like
next
a
week
questionable more about Sterling. Hey, what if we sell on Sterling?
This is the thing. If Sterling gets sold, then
Yeah.
I completely understand this. But that kind of goes back to what I said earlier of like they're doing the same thing they did in January, where we just bought a bunch of players and then completely forgot about getting rid of everyone. And I worry they're going to do that again. Where like
No, we're not
it's
doing
cool and all
that.
buying these players, but when we're stuck with 12 wingers come the start of the season because you haven't sold or loaned out anyone, that's the worry I have.
Well, who
Because
are
we
you
did the same
planning
thing
on
in
us being stuck
January.
with? Exactly what players are you talking about that we'll be stuck with, though? Who are these players?
Yeah,
All the
we
wingers we
only have
currently have
3
are-
right now, and Angelo and
We've
Morel.
got-
They're
we've
probably
got-
gonna go on loan.
We've got more than 3. Like right now, we've got more than 3.
Well,
If we get-
technically in the
if we
books,
get-
yes, but that doesn't mean that that's the
I'm not
trade
talking on the
thing.
books. I'm not talking on the books. Fuck Ziyech, and Cho and all that. I'm just talking about in the first team because you've got the 3 that you've mentioned in terms of Sterling, Madueke, and Mudryk. You'll have Olise if you buy him. If Angelo and Moreira stay, and right now people can say what they want. Right now, I'm classing Maatsen as a winger because that's where he's been played.
Yeah.
People can say about left back and left back. I'm classing him in that winger slot. That's 7 wingers for 2 positions.
Yeah,
it's like-
Angelo
I
and them
need
are
to-
probably gonna go on loan now.
No, but that's my
they're
point.
not
Is I
gonna
need
stay.
then they need to go first, and then you can replace them. Because like if you sign all these players, we'll be stuck in the same situation we're in January.
Let
So
me
we signed
Well, they want to see if they have the talent to play on the
Scott, let
first
me ask
team.
you. Scott, let me ask you. Would you prefer Olise to go with Chelsea next season or Angelo? If Angelo goes on loan, like
If he goes on loan,
yeah,
probably Elise. To
you
be
see,
fair, though,
I think
probably
that's
Elise. But
probably
it's not as. It's not. It depends on their position in the squad. I say that as well because it depends on who the starting right winger is going to be.
yeah.
Because if you're telling me that, let's just say Sterling or Madueke is the starter and it's Elise or Angelo on a bench, then it's close. Because the thing for me is like, like I've been impressed with Angelo from what I've seen. It's a case of like I disagree with this idea that people, again, I know it comes back to what Jimmy said earlier about what we compared to what the coach sees, but I don't think he's anywhere near as far off the first team as people are making out, because people forget he's actually, if you go and look at it, he's had more first team experience than Mudryk has.
Yeah,
nearly double the amount of games that Mudryk has.
Another
at
thing,
level.
I think Olise can play on the left also.
I don't. I think he's played on the wing, on the right wing, and he played last year a little bit as the number 8 when they were playing a 4-3-3.
Mm-hmm.
He played the number 10 a little bit, I think, at Reading, but I wouldn't trust him there. I'd prefer like Cherky or...
Technically, we do need a winger, actually. If we, for example, hold on a second. For example, if we have 1, 2, 3, if Madsen, Mudryk, and what's his name, Sterling, 3. On the other side is, for example, Olise, what's his name, Madueke, and we have 6 wingers on the books. Then that's a lot when we don't have
that's
6.
Too many.
Yeah.
That's again, it just comes back to, as I said, Alex, it's not a case of I'm questioning.
Yeah.
It's not me questioning their talent, because like Olise, I've talked about Olise. As I said, I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't get a chance to cook jesters on flip-flopping on Olise. Don't think I missed that, by the way, people. This is the same dude who, when me and others brought up Olise, he brought, but what's his goal scoring record and all that shit?
Yeah.
Now he might be coming these flip-flops. Let's not talk about that. But I've on Olise wanted to come for a while. But it's not a case of talent, it's a case of priority, and where we've already got too many attackers as is. I don't want to stockpiling attackers, especially as it's
What about Madueke, Angelo, or Olise? Which one do you send? If you had one to keep, which one would you send on loan?
So if I had to keep, say that again. Sorry,
Madueke. What's his name? Madueke,
yeah,
Olise.
I got Madueke, Angelo, and Olise. What was the one?
2 go, 1 keep. Keep 1.
2 go and 1 keep. I'm keeping that. I actually don't know.
Angelo or Olise.
That's a tough one, to be honest.
Tough one.
But I think the one thing that everyone's very, very excited
Your
about.
mic's very bad.
Your mic is
Yeah, you might want to come out back in, bro.
Yeah. All right, we'll do.
The thing for me, and it kind of goes back to what I said, is if and obviously this is massive speculation, right? Because this hasn't come out, whatever. But if the club are viewing Madueke in a certain way, and Olise is coming to be a starter, for me it just goes back to January. It's like, what was the point? What was the fucking point? And that's where it comes back to. It's I mentioned earlier, maybe it's not a lack of planning.
What was the point of what?
I'm saying again, this is massive speculation.
In the broad team option, in the broad prospects of the team.
If Olise is coming in, right? Say they see Olise coming in to be the start. Cool. What was the point of the Madueke thing? Say they have massive speculation. Say they have doubts about Madueke. What was the fucking point of that? Because it's been 6 months. He's played all of about 400 minutes of football. And it's like, if there are concerns over his fitness, again, it's speculation. If there are concerns over his fitness, that was something that's known, like when he was at PSV. So again, it comes back to like, it's just certain questions I have about their decision making and the priorities of what they're doing.
I don't think we should sell Noni. I don't think we should sell. I think Noni and Olise, it's a good depth of going into the season. Olise and Madueke. But the biggest problem for me, and I cannot say it because I'm going to flip-flop what I said yesterday. If we sign somebody like Olise, which is a young player, it actually says a lot to Angelo, who did such a good job in the preseason. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want.
Who's the argument you made that with yesterday? Because I remember you said that.
I said it.
Or it's someone. I can't remember who the fuck it was.
I don't remember who was, but it's the same
Angelo
thing.
was always linked to go out on loan even before we signed him.
Yeah, but hold on a second. That was not true. If you remember that those are the same link was immediately canceled because I think it was a family member, because the kid was such a talented kid that he actually played as a like a how you say it, first team player, way more than anybody else that right now at Chelsea
I was going to say, like,
for that
after
same position.
I was going to say, if you're talking just genuine minutes and appearances, our second most experienced winger, our third most experienced winger, if you include Maatsen, is Angelo.
But that's what I'm saying. Angelo is such a I think Angelo's family. Somebody posted on the news saying that he is not going anywhere on loan.
They don't decide that. Fucking
No. It's assumption that people think that he is like before he kicked the ball for Chelsea at all.
When you say that, why are we? That's what all the reports were saying.
But the thing with us, when we're, but isn't Olise the same type of why we went with Cherky, why we went with Kudus? It's not just to cover one position. Olise, as you say, Olise can play in the middle, and Alex, Olise is not pace and power. Kudus is pace and power. So you don't want Kudus. You want Olise. Olise is not pace and power.
He's not.
He's not.
He uses his skill a lot.
Kudus is more pace and power.
When he said
You
it,
don't
I
want him.
disagree. I disagree when he said it.
Can you hear me?
No. I want Kudus more than I want
Yeah, but
Olise because
but
of
you don't want him because you said Mudrik's pace and power, and you don't want pace and power on the other side. So
Yeah,
you don't want
no.
Kudus. You want Olise.
that's-
Yeah, you did. You said that.
I did say that, but that's not.
But he's
Look,
not signed to be just a winger, though. Kudos
yes,
plays more.
I want Kudus
Yes.
because he's more than just a winger. He can play
Yeah,
more
Yeah, so is
positions than
Olise. Olise's more
He
than
can
a
play the
winger.
eight. Yeah, Olise can play the 8 also in a 3.
Olise is a
Play the
great-
Yeah, I saw camps of Kudus more and different than I saw
No,
Olise.
Olise played in the 8 a lot. Like, not a little bit, a lot.
Fair to him, I didn't watch him more as an 8. I'm not gonna
Even
say
if he
that I
plays
watched
out
Kudus
wide,
either.
even if he plays out wide, he's not like a. He can do it, but he's more
Look,
looking to turn in.
I
He's
wanted
left-footed.
Olise 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
That's how much I rate the kid.
But he's better now, but you want him even more.
He's
What
better now
I'm
'cause
saying
we're
is,
linked-
what
better
I'm
now
saying
because
is,
we're linked to him.
look, no. The pace and power, the reason why I said the pace and power, because he uses his pace on the wing to cross it in the box. And I just think that's the same threat that Mudryk brings. I want somebody more techie on one side and more.
I think you need to watch Olise again.
Maybe
He
I
is
need to watch
technical.
Olise.
Yeah,
again.
Olise
Yeah, you
is
definitely
techy.
need to watch
He's
Olise.
really
Olise
tech.
is.
Yeah,
Olise
that's his.
is tech. I think
Because
That's his
then
I think
special.
you're thinking about. I think you're
Now
thinking about Eze. I think you're thinking about the other one. the
Oh.
He's
dark-skinned
describing
kid.
Madueke actually.
Olise
Jimmy.
is the light skinned one.
Yeah, he's got shorter dreads. He's
Yeah,
got
you're
shorter dreads.
mistaking the two. I'm realizing that. I
Yeah.
didn't realize. You're mistaking the two. You're thinking about Eze.
Yeah,
You're
Eze
talking
can
about
play the
Olise.
8.
There we go.
Yeah,
Eze can play the
yeah.
8.
Yeah,
Elise
I'm
can't play the 8. Elise is more
I'm
of just
sorry,
like
I
a
did not just
natural
hate-
tricky winger.
Did I
Like
just like literally
Bro.
messed up with 2 black people? Fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
Go sit in the corner and think
Alex
about what
made
you've
I
done.
am sitting in the
Now-
turn your chair around, you know.
This is 2023, damn it, Alex, man, move up.
when he just described when he just described him, I said, "Oh wait, it's not like he's describing the next essay because Elise is pace.
My bad.
He's not pace and power. He's techy as fuck.
Yeah.
He's more tech, and his free kicks is fucking.
I'm very surprised that City haven't gone for him because he's like the perfect Mahrez
Oh no,
replacement.
they're in for him. They're
Oh, they are?
him too.
Okay, I was about to say because he's like the perfect Mahrez replacement. Like just a little bit. He's like Mahrez when he was at Leicester. Like that's the type of player he is.
Yeah, that's the last thing I saw on Twitter before I even actually came on. Man City's in for him too. Well, they're watching it, I should say.
I'm on a yellow
Yeah,
card,
Man
am I?
City's watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah,
to put
you
the
are.
driving it.
Learn your
Yeah.
essays from Elise, man. Learn your essays from Elise.
Nah, you get a warning. You get a warning. You just get a warning. No yellow, no yellow.
He's got sensitivity training.
Louis, I think you might have to bring that system out to your streams, my man.
Or like the booking a red card.
Yeah, it might be
We are a
useful.
democracy here. That's why we use the chat and we operate the kick out and respawn policy, as we are a democracy.
Democracy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Big up, my guy. Big up. Big up to Slay Cadet saying thoughts. Big up to Community Lewis for moderating. Epic win against Brighton. Be the club. Thoughts on Santos' potential captain quality?
Not
Not yet.
Not now.
Not now. In the future,
Maybe in the future.
He's very
Maybe in the
mature.
future.
Reece
but
James
not
and Thiago
now.
Silva will be the captains.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Santos will give him a couple years. Shady Nation says Angelo is special. My eyes never lie. He stands out. He already looks like a good talent, but I do want to see him go on loan. And David says Kudus is not pace and power. He's a great carry the ball and an all-round player. Great technical ability.
Pace and power. Hang on. Pace and power is not a detriment. Okay, it's not for anyone. It's not a weakness to be pace and power. Okay, in a lot of leagues you need pace and power and the technical ability to get past. That's not a detriment. We're not saying that's bad. We're not all saying. I'm not saying he's only pace and power, but I'm saying he's more of pace and power than Olise is. If you boil it down to the two players, they've got technical ability, but pace and power is not a detriment. Okay, fucking Didier Drogba was pace and power in his game, for Christ's sake. Michael Essien was pace and power. You know, Ramirez pace and power. I mean, pace and power is not a bad thing. It's not an ugly term. I really hate this thing that pace and power has suddenly turned into like a weakness or to be like
they make it seem like you're not technical if you have pace and power. That's
exactly.
just the way that's the way that they make it seem, but it's not that at all, really. It's just he has more of a PMP than say Olise, where he is very technical and tricky. That's just the difference.
And that helps Kudus. That helps Kudus stand out. he's got that pace and power along with his technical ability.
That's why he could play 9 out of 11 positions.
Exactly. That's why he can play 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or whatever it is.
And he can play strike. He can play far.
I don't know about 6, but everywhere across the line and in the midfield for other than 6,
he's for Ghana. He plays 6 for Ghana. Him and Partey.
Yeah, and at halftime he can pick up his kids from school.
He was more the 8. He was more the 8 in that circumstance, but I see where you're coming from. He was a little deeper.
He plays as the winger for Ghana.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I thought it was a 3 that they were playing.
Yeah, he plays.
That's what I mean. That would help with his pace and power.
Andrew, let's say if we implement the back 3 with the right back, let's say tucking in.
No. Kill the back.
I don't see Poch going a back 3.
Back 3.
Also,
plus we don't have. I don't really want to like hamstring the fact that we're down a couple center backs anyways, and then making it so we have to use more center backs.
If we're going back 3, that means we're definitely buying another centre back then.
Yep.
Because there'll be no point going to a back 3 with only 4. I'm just saying, if there was any thoughts about going for a back 3, we'd be hearing more about a centre back solution right now.
I'd say, Andrew, either that or it would just mean that our left centre back is going to be Cucurella. The wing back. Like that's the thing. If we do go to a back 3, and this is not necessarily in game, just at the start of the game, it will be like Colwell or what's his name as a left centre back, as Cucurella. Like it won't be the right hand side that tucks in; it'll be the left hand side.
Let me just say this to Jazzabi. I don't know if he's responding to me or someone in the chat. My Mata and Fabregas didn't have pace and power. They were still great players. If Mata had a bit more pace, he'd be talked about more in his actual game. But they're both great players. But what I'm saying is, nowadays, with the game how it's going, you do need people with pace and power and with technical ability as well. It's just you can have both in a player. It's not either or. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just.
What I will say, by the way, going back to the transfer, I will say if Olise coming in, by the way, if Olise coming in means that Sterling leaves, I'll happily come back on the channel and say I was a fucking idiot and this transfer made sense. And this transfer is good.
No, but even then it would be stupid. It's like new evidence, new changes, and it becomes more agreeable in your own. That's all. Mm-hmm. It's not deep. It ain't one of those.
I think Angelo and all these guys that we're super excited about, they're going all home, bro.
I don't know about all of them. I don't know about all of them.
I can't lie though, Jimmy.
I'm talking about the wingers. Angelo, Mourinho, whatever his name is, and even
Moreira, yeah.
Moreira.
I can see all 3 of them going. Moreira. I can see
the issue I have with that is I don't understand why though. I don't understand why our fan base is so eager to loan these guys out. I saw a tweet.
No, it's not about our fan base. I'm talking about it's a possibility they all could, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. because I could understand if they did.
It's not that I want them to.
I don't trust.
Either.
I don't want Ian Matson being a backup winger up front. I'm sorry, I don't want that. I don't want that. Ian Matson has been a left back for a reason. If we're gonna have a backup winger, I want it to be a fucking winger.
I need to see Matson at left back in the next couple of games on preseason.
Yeah, before we talk about keeping him on, I'd rather us go out and get Olise and send Matson on loan than just be stuck with Matson and worry about him playing attacker. Nah,
I think he's been good. I'm more than happy with him being a winger.
Yeah, but I'm not good on that. I'm cool. Yeah, he could have been 9 of 9. I still want us to have an experienced winger to be fighting for our wing position.
But we're not signing an experienced winger.
I'm sorry?
We're not signing an experienced winger.
How is Olise not experienced? I've been watching him for the last 3 years.
He only had 2 seasons
He's
in
not
the Prem.
experienced, man.
What do you mean he's not experienced? He played 2 whole seasons, 3 whole seasons. We don't need 5 years for you to be experienced. If you played 2 seasons in the Prem, you're experienced in the Prem. What are we really arguing that? I could play 2 whole seasons in the league and you tell me I don't have experience in that league? What are we talking about here? 2 years? 2 whole seasons.
He's not experienced.
What are we talking about?
Just in my eyes, he's not experienced. Like, if that's what you're classing experience, cool.
Bro, that's experience. If you have 2 years on the job, that's fucking experience. 2 years on the job? 2 years. What you haven't been?
I mean, he played nearly 70 games in the Premier League. Like, how much more experience are you looking for?
Yeah. You want him to have like trophies and stuff like that.
Like, trophies. I just don't think 2 years is enough.
He's played under Hodgins and fucking Vieira. I mean, man, he's played under 2 fucking different managers in 2 seasons. He's experienced, bro. He's Prem experienced. He's played against every big team at least 4 or 5 times. What are we talking about? He's played in all the big stadiums. Like, what are we like? Did you see his fucking game-winning? Did you see his game-tying free kick against Man U in Old Trafford? What are we talking about?
Yep.
I think that we're the whole. I think with Angelo, he's a pleasant surprise, and like it's kind of like the whole signing with Wahi too. It's like they're already planning these guys to go out on loan and be a part of that. Like, as much as I personally don't want that to happen to Angelo, because I do think he has the qualities to be able to be a successful Premier League winger, I also want the kid to be able to play,
I also think, though, that
30 games,
and I suffered from it as well, just for the 2 preseason games. It's actually seeing attacking players play attacking football. And because we are so starved for that the past 2 years or so, we are willing to hitch our ride to anyone who shows anything, right?
Yeah,
and
shows spark,
yeah, exactly. Who shows shows us any skill or something like that. And I don't understand. Olise is more experienced than Matson in the Premier League, so why would we want? Do you know what I mean? Why are we okay keeping Matson as a choice, but like not having Olise in, who's played like 60 odd more games than him? Yeah, exactly. So
I'd rather Olise than Matson on loan.
I mean, in fact, if you look at the experience, it's with Crystal Palace as well. It's not sitting on the bench at like a Liverpool or Man United or something like that. He's in the trenches with Crystal Palace. Do you know what I mean? So he's battle tested. So I'm okay. Listen, if we get him, I mean, if City come in, he'll probably go City, maybe. But if not, I don't know. City are just being used just to link him like we're used to link up with players. But if we get him for 35 million in this market for a player like that, insane.
I'm not allowed.
Unless like we willing to put Gallagher in that deal.
Oh yes, give them Gallagher.
Gallagher is not going to Crystal Palace. He will say no.
What makes you think he's not going
He
there?
wants to go to a top team or whatever. That's what he was
Top team
saying,
of
right?
Bumbuckler. Which top team? No top team don't want that, man.
He said
Hey, let him be delusional.
he will. Yeah,
I mean, I
but
don't know why you would say that though. Can you explain why you would say that he wouldn't go to Crystal Palace? Because the only team that he's ever rejected was Everton, and that's because they were like
no, it's
literally
not.
being
He
relegated.
rejected. He rejected
No,
Newcastle.
he said he wanted to go to a top 6 club. Didn't he
Well,
say
to
that?
be fair,
Well, he's open to going to West Ham though.
there's
Yeah,
three
because
clubs.
West
No,
Ham's
he's
interested
not
in
open to
Europa
go to
League.
the West Ham.
Well,
Yes, he
well,
was.
hold
He
on.
was talking with
Yes,
him.
he is. He
Yeah.
is definitely open to doing that.
There were
It's
three
been
clubs.
reported.
There were three
Oh,
clubs.
fine by me.
It's been reported that West Ham was interested in him. It
Yes,
wasn't
it was
being
three
reported.
clubs. Yeah, it was Tottenham as well.
I think he has
Okay.
to step back and realise that no top 6 club is coming.
Again, I'm not confusing two different players. He's a white boy that West Ham wanted. It's
Oh
not
my
the
God.
he wanted West Ham. Report said West Ham wanted him. I'm not allowed to speak about Olise because I made a mistake. But one thing for
Yeah,
sure,
no shit, Sherlock. You mistaken Olise with
You
Eze as
you
well.
ain't mistaken that
But-
man bun, huh?
as apologetic as I am, I think nobody will care about Olise coming to Chelsea if we already had Caicedo.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
I'm not worried. I'm not letting the Caicedo thing blind me over what I see what this board's doing. I like what I see what they're doing, man. They got a project.
Another thing,
and they sticking to it.
another thing, what I still think is if there is a possibility to sign somebody like this kid for 35, I would say I would not say no to that either. Because if it's for me, that kid from Brazil, he can always get along. But still, I think we need somebody that different position field first. But I'm not in a no. Fatur is in a no. He talks to managers on the side.
Yeah, if I talk outside, meet the managers. And
I
shit.
talked to you. Many players.
No, managers.
Managers. That's probably.
Yeah,
I almost-
we see you were
I
watching
almost,
that, Ruben
I almost bought to that tweet. I almost DM you. I almost DM you say you need to show this on the space, and I was like, that's not for.
I had to change it back before someone reports and I get suspended for impersonation. I'm this close to
And guess
100K.
what?
I ain't trying to get that.
At the game last night, I seen a handful of people with the new away kit. I'm like, where y'all get that? New York. I'm like, of course, the home of the fucking bootleg. New York got a store full of them shit. The new away kit. Yeah, you can buy it in New York.
Let's put me full screen. I want to show Alex something.
What? I'll put you full screen.
Yeah. No, put me full
I'll put
screen.
you full screen.
Yeah,
You full screen.
Yeah, just do it.
Fucking blind. There you
That's
go.
Olise, Alex, yeah? That's Olise.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, shit, man. Oh, shit.
That's
Alex, see
crazy.
the difference? Put up Eze. Put up the next one. Put up the J.
We got
Yeah,
Eze.
put up Eze, man, so he can see the difference, man.
A side by side.
Eze has more of a darker skin tone, shorter dread. Bigger lip.
You see, under discriminate which is darker, which is lighter. I messed up all of them. I don't discriminate. When I messed up, I messed up.
You fuck up everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I actually dozed off for a half a second. I woke up and saw Olise on the timeline. I said, holy shit, is this real? Is this fucking real? I'll be honest, if we could get rid of Sterling, I wish Sterling would go to Saudi Arabia. I can see him dressed up in the garb right now. Come on, Sterling, get over there.
Start learning Arabic, buddy. Start learning Arabic.
Oh no,
Sterling the fuck out of I wanted, if I had a sniper rifle, y'all would have seen Sterling get shot from where I was sitting. That dude,
you had a clean
he
shot.
touched the ball, he fucked. I ain't gonna lie. One time, one of his crosses was a handball. I don't know if you guys can see that on TV. He put in a fucking cross. He put in an early cross that was gonna get across.
Yeah, he called for it too. I saw him call for it.
Oh yeah, it hit the fucking defender right. He had his hand sticking out, and it hit him in his hand. When they put it on the big board, you can see it, but there was no VAR. Like that shit clearly slapped his hand. That's why you see Sterling pissed off. That ball was gonna get. I think it was going to Matson. I think Matson was in the box. That was gonna be a perfect cross. It might have been a goal, but he handballed it. But they didn't. The ref didn't see it. The ref was behind the play. He was behind, and Sterling ran and left the goddamn linesman, so they didn't keep up. But it was definitely a handball. That was the one props that I did give Sterling on that play. He actually did make a good play there. Outside of that, every other time he got the ball, it was like we was playing fucking Tuchel ball. He just held on to it and waited. And same thing with Connor. Watching Connor in person is worse in person because you realize he's not comfortable unless the ball touches both of his feet. That's when his brain start working.
Jimmy, you know on the TV, you know when he passes, he looks
Why am I
like
getting cooking in the chat all the time?
Hang on, yeah,
I didn't do nothing.
Jimmy, you know when you watch him live on TV, right? It looks like even for short passes, every time he passes it, he's putting his full weight into every pass, like he's putting power into it. Like he has to.
Something wrong with him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He has to put every single ounce of strength into each pass that he does. His reactions are so slow.
So fucking slow, man. Like
Hold on a second.
He is so uncomfortable in the first phase.
To,
he's just so uncomfortable.
No,
yes,
no, people just think I look like him.
Cousin.
Oh no, I thought
Yo,
it was serious.
the first phase, they gotta keep Connor out of the first phase. He doesn't know what he's. It's like even when he has space, he waits for the fucking defender to come. It's like, bruh, he's going to take the ball from you. Please pass it. Please pass it. Oh, he's horrible, bro. He's horrible. It was a lady next to me. She was like, "You really don't like that guy." I said, "What the fuck? You like him?" She was like, "No, he's horrible." I said, "Damn, I'm at least you. He's fucking horrible. He's horrible. Connor is horrible." And right before he scored, I said, Connor sucks. But don't worry, he's going to get you a fucking odd goal. And I swear to God, 5 minutes later, go. I was like, God damn it. Get him the fuck out. Get him out. The more he scores, the more he's going to be like, oh, you know what? Maybe we should keep him around. Yes, we know he can score a goal inside and outside the box. But that's all he can do. And he can't play 10 for us.
Connor
He can't play for us.
Gallagher is like Kai Havertz when Timo Werner left. Do you know what I mean? It's like Werner was Kai Havertz's protector, so you didn't focus on Kai Havertz, how shit he was until Werner left, because he was always getting it. Now Mount's gone and Gallagher's there. You see the rawness of Gallagher and how absolutely useless he is in terms of what you're trying. Just the simple
Gallagher
things.
hasn't been bad this preseason. Yo, do y'all watch how Potch ball is played? He cannot play it. It's touch, move. He has to touch the ball twice before. The only person
He scored
ever
2
give
goals,
a one-touch
Jimmy.
pass to.
He scored twice.
The only person he give one-touch passes to is center back.
But he's good at that. He's good in the third phase. Like he's good at the top end of the pitch of getting into spaces to score goals. Like that's what he's good at. Like if you put him in the first phase and he has to pick up the ball and turn and try to get it to somebody else, and you expect that out of him, you're gonna get Connor out of him. He was decent as an 8 in the second half, but like still to Jimmy's point, like he's just too slow on the ball.
He's too slow on the ball. I swear he has to touch it twice. Not just touch it twice, with each foot. That's what bothers me the most.
Syndrome.
He has to touch it with each foot before he can make a decision.
That's because he doesn't know which foot is good enough. That's why.
He's just not good enough, man. He's not good enough to play.
Neither are good enough. Neither are good enough.
He's just not. He's just. Yeah. He's just not it, man. You can see the difference. You can see the difference. Look when Cassidy. Look when Cassidy came on. Just the simple touches and the passing. Do you know what I mean? And he's
I would be
6 years
happy if he
younger.
stayed and we sold him. Like, I would be happy if Caicedo just took Connor's spot, just like that.
Well, you saw the
Like-
difference. Caicedo,
I don't know.
I'd be happy with it because if we had somebody, if we had Caicedo though.
The reason why we could sign Olise and Kudus because we can get rid of fucking Blind Mount. We get rid of Blind Mount, and because both of them could do what he could do.
Whoever's eating, can you put yourself on mute, man? It sounds really gross.
Both of them could do what he
That
could
wasn't
do.
me.
Both of them
That
could
was
do
me.
what Connor could do, especially Kudus.
Yeah.
Especially.
The one player that I've really been impressed with is Jackson, bro. Like he makes all the players around him like really
Jackson,
good.
Jackson is,
Yeah.
Oh, Jackson is fucking great.
Like that's a
He's
talent.
awesome.
People don't realize like if a striker can make other players around him good, that's a good striker, bro. That's a complete striker as well.
Passing, his touch, like his touch, like those the way he handles the ball on his first touch, like those are all touches. Like with Kai Havertz, he's chasing after that because it's bouncing off his foot, even if it's not far. Even if it doesn't bounce off his foot that far, he has to chase it a little bit. Like Jackson directs the ball to where he wants to go. He's just better than fucking Kai Havertz, bro. He's better.
Can I ask? Can I ask everyone what did you think of Cucurella in that second half?
He was good.
He's
Very
better
good.
with less sentiment.
A bit of mixed. A bit of mixed for me. A bit of
I
mixed.
like that through ball by him.
He was good. The only thing that one little play in the box where they scored, that was his fuck up. Outside of that, he didn't really make a wrong step.
A bit of
I
mixed for
thought
me.
he's got this annoying habit of rushing in too much and leaving
All
space.
defenders do
Yeah.
that nowadays.
No,
Well, he's a
he
left
did-
back.
I
he
just
needs
think
space.
I think
He
he's
showed
good
me
going
some
forward.
recovery speed. He got Cucurella. He's a good defender, man. He could play defense. He ran down one of them Brighton fucking Brighton got a little breakaway at one point. And he
I think it's.
down.
By the way,
I think-
when he started to mess it up, when he went to the center back, he was good when he was left back.
I think he's good going forward than Chilwell did.
And Kuku as well. Kuku's like really like his composure is really impressive, man. Like he has elite finisher composure.
Oh man, he. Do y'all see the small little tricks that he does to direct the ball? Like when he gets passes? Oh my God. Center back, he's going to be abusing center backs that play him close, that try to mark him. They're going to be because he has this little layoff shit that he does and spin off of them. Oh my God.
Yeah, he has that Aguero movement as well, and he's pretty strong on the ball as well.
I just can't wait till that link up between him and Jackson, man. Like,
Yeah.
and Cuckoo is so good in those tight spaces, linking up with the striker, and like just seeing Jackson link up with like everybody in that last game, it's gonna be a sight to see them two.
You need to
together.
turn off your camera, man. Your internet's so slow, and you look like you have 2 pixels in your camera. And it's
Yeah, if
always
you turn the camera off, it might work with your audio a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it has been a little bit.
You're not
Try speaking, that might work.
you're not that good looking like Kai, so you don't have to turn the cameras on. Kai has to be on the camera.
Lewis, turn your camera off, then, Lewis.
Kai, to be fair,
Well,
I
we
think
know who he has
You
a crush
definitely turn
on.
your camera off.
Look,
You
Fatura and
definitely turn your
Kai,
camera off. Fata, turn your
Fatura
camera
and
off,
Kai,
definitely.
match
Keep
made
on.
in heaven.
Don't
see?
put Kai next to Fata. It takes away Kai's good lookingness. Fata, turn your camera off, please. Focus on Kai. We can't see
I
anybody
know
else.
that-
being next to
Looks
Fatura
like
make him
a-
look better.
looks like an
You
extreme
know,
before and after
you know
photo.
the camera adds
Unbelievable.
10 pounds. How many cameras do you have, Fatura?
what?
You've been smoking that cigarette the whole stream.
Hey,
bro.
Alex, I got the Hubble telescope. On me.
I know he didn't get it. He didn't get it. Man.
Hey.
Big up
It's
maximum
frozen.
potential, saying we gave Kepa every chance. He just isn't good enough. Any other decent keeper saves us 15 additional points per season. A goalkeeper should be priority. I hope we get one because I'd say if
Did
we
you,
don't,
Lewis,
then
Lewis,
Kepa's
did you
facing an Arsenal
you see what I'm
question.
talking about in the second half when Chalobah had João Pedro marked, right, and he's running down the left. Kepa comes out, right, which distracts Chalobah, and he makes the chance of even more of a goal scoring chance than it was
Yeah.
on that thing. And that's what I'm
be-
talking about. I'm talking about
Even the
decisions
third
like
goal,
that.
I'm trying to think, is that just a good finish?
No,
or
that's
is
a
it like
good finish.
there's a
I'm not
bigger
blaming the
keeper
third goal. I'm not
hands?
blaming the third goal on Kepa. I'm not blaming the third goal on Kepa.
I feel like I wonder this question a
that
lot more
Chalaba
now.
situation, Chalaba made it worse. He shouldn't have done
I
it.
think the build-up play from the right.
No, I think Kepa made it worse for Chalaba coming out like that. He didn't even need to come out. That was the problem. João Pedro was on an angle on the right. He wasn't on the centre. He was on an angle.
Yeah.
And Kepa made it worse. Made it more of a goal scoring chance by coming out like that. So, and that's what I'm talking about with like the
Chalaba
mentality
should
side
not
of
be in
it.
that scenario at all. He should have told.
Chalaba was fine until Kepa came out. He had it done. He had it done.
Are we talking about the same sequence?
Are we talking about João Pedro when he crossed it across the box when Kepa came out?
And Chalaba went all the way from the right side to the left side?
He was not. No, he tracked the run of João Pedro because João Pedro was on the right. He tracked the runner with him.
Yeah, I
then
guess
Kepa came out.
Yeah,
Kepa came out, and it was like, yeah, Kepa came out, and it was like, it made it worse. And that's what I'm talking about with the best goalkeepers. It's about not doing anything for about 70 odd minutes and then making a decision like that. Kepa's just got that.
Yeah.
He's got that bozo gene.
I remember when Chalaba was going from right side all the way to the left and go slide tackle, and what's his name? And the ball still went above Kepa and
yeah. I just well, I resigned myself to the fact we're not getting a goalkeeper. So
yeah.
It's just I just got to now. Even when the inevitable does happen, when he makes a mistake, it's just going to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Who made that fucking picture? God damn,
did y'all see what's his name? Sadiq is making a T-shirt out of tattoos now, out of Mudrik's tattoo.
I got.
Is he?
I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Sadiq needs a wife, bro. Does he have a wife? I thought he was married.
Oh yeah, he's got a wife.
Carlito.
Carlito. Carlito needs more than a wife, bro.
Yo. If I say I'm in big trouble.
Well, you know what? That Mudrik goal as well, man. Gotta give it up to Mudrik, man. That was a good goal, man. Yeah, that was beautiful.
First off,
hey, Pochettino, you can already see the Pochettino pattern in the team, man.
I like when Mudrik passed to himself.
Yeah. Bro, but that's the pace he has, man.
That's
the pace he has, bro.
Insane.
You know, if you're this much faster than anybody else, Andrew, you're allowed to do that, bro.
I know, but that was what I mean. He literally. Can you imagine if he actually was a bit more inverted? He could have given himself the assist then. He shot a goal or something like that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think Scott brought this up, which is actually true. I remember Mbappe used to do that too when he was younger.
Yeah. Pushed it, yeah.
He used his pace as assist.
Yeah.
He kicked it up and just went.
We might not need Mbappe after all.
Don't say that.
You don't have to beat it in your head.
MM15.
You don't have to hit your head in the table.
No, I dropped my phone on the table.
I thought you were really offended by that. I was gonna say.
Joey's the new guy. Yeah, I haven't met him. Nice to meet you, Joey.
He's been on a couple times.
Nothing special.
Oh, nice to meet you again, then. I don't know, bro. I'm not good with people.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Seems like it, man.
So Cho has advanced talks with Fulham, with Lazio, and has agreed personal terms with Fulham, but we're waiting for another bid for him. I feel like this one's going to get done, though, thankfully. Just another
if
one
he
where
goes to Lazio, the link up with Sarri going to be amazing, I think.
I feel like he wants to stay in London, though, because personal terms already agreed with Fulham.
Which city is Lazio? I can't. Roma. Oh, fuck London, bro. Go to Roma, bro.
Oh, yeah, in terms of where you want to live, yeah, Italy would be amazing.
I know, man.
He can also link up with Abraham.
I don't know, man. I prefer both ways, man.
Pause.
What the fuck does that even mean, bro?
Pause.
What does that even? Are you bisexual? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean, bro?
He prefers to receive in the mouth and in an ass.
Right now, if you're chill
Out
right
of context, look, Carefree Lewis has got you, bro. You just gave him a clip right there.
No. If you're chill right now, because he wants to go to
Fatur, why are you wearing a cow milking hat without a fucking cow, bro?
Because the light is
I'm confused,
bro. Are you going to elaborate on what you just said, or are you just going to walk past it?
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Like both ways?
I just think with Cho,
he likes to bend over. He likes 90 degrees.
He's a one sport boy anyway, innit? He's a one sport boy. Like, how far from the road from Fulham? It's about what, 10 minutes at least?
What? Chelsea?
Yeah, Wandsworth.
Oh, what? I thought you said one sport. I was like,
No,
what the hell are you
No,
talking
he was trying to say he was trying to talk about how close Chelsea and Fulham are to each other.
Yeah, because you're right. You're right. That's why Chelsea and Leverkusen are so close to each other from last season, right? It was just like a 10-minute drive down the road or something. What is this?
Well, I mean, it's Joe. Okay.
Fatur, Fatur, I have a question for Fatur. Fatur, you know which part of Europe is Italy is in, bro? Just curious.
Oh my
Essentially, it's Asia.
Italy is in Asia. I never knew that, bro.
What
That's
the
new
hell?
to me, bro.
Of course, I'm joking, bro.
Which part of
this is your geography? Your
Yeah,
geography
but-
is coming up again. Your geography
I mean,
is the worst.
they do have a
Weren't
lot
you
of Asian
in Milan
immigration, bro. I
with
don't know
me
if it's
like
in Asia,
8
bro.
months ago for Chelsea Milan? Like, what the fuck?
This guy was going on about how
Way.
close. This guy was going on about how close Cambodia and Australia were to each other. It was something like a 15-hour flight or something like that. He was
Just
like,
to swim away, bro.
Just live across
Just to swim away,
back
man.
again.
Yeah, just to swim away, man.
This guy.
No, Fatur, jokes aside. Where is Italy in Europe?
How
Like,
do you
which part
get
of
to
Europe?
away games, bro? I don't understand this. How do you
It's
make
in
it
South,
to?
isn't it? Like next to Croatia.
It's what?
Hey,
Next to Asia.
Stefan,
Next
Google
to
Maps and vibe.
Italy
Next to Croatia, innit? Croatia.
Italy is next to Croatia. No, Italy is in the south, bro.
What the hell is going
Yeah.
on?
Well,
What did you
technically
say?
next to Croatia, Italy, innit? Next to
Fatur,
Croatia.
I'm trying to
Oh,
help
See
you, bro.
between
Asia.
Croatia and fucking Italy.
Italy is in south of Europe, man, and fucking Croatia is close to the center, bro.
Yeah, but it's close
Yeah,
as Croatia.
they have a
innit?
sea in between them. For fuck's sake.
They're not even the same
Next to
culture, man.
Croatia,
One is
next to
Slavic and one is
Germany.
Mediterranean, bro. It's not even like.
Yeah.
Bro, you can get 4-hour train from Munich to Milan, bro.
Yeah, but you don't
To
judge
be
country
fair,
geography by
Italy is
train,
not
bro.
Italy is not Mediterranean. Italy is Latin.
Yeah, but it is part of the Mediterranean Sea, bro.
Technically,
Look it up.
Spain. Technically, Spain.
What does
Spain
the
is
sea
too,
has
bro.
to do with the population? So if we're on the
I'll show you,
Mediterranean
Alex,
Sea,
man.
so what does that has to do with anything? The Latin country, Latin.
Yeah, but it's part of the Mediterranean coast, bro. So it is a Mediterranean country.
Sorry, guys. Geography is not my strongest suit.
I can tell. I can
Oh
tell.
no, we
Fatur.
figured that out.
Really? You didn't really know that.
I can tell, bro. I don't know what your suit is, bro. You tell me to do.
What's your
alright.
strongest suit?
The
Yeah, what's the
distance
strongest
between the distance between
And
Italy
you can't
Croatia
say
is
you
just-
can't say
it-
spicy nuggets, bro. That's not a.
Hey, Fata, for your information, Fata, the distance in Italy and Croatia is just a small amount of 259
Oh,
miles.
turns out Angelo might be going to Strasbourg.
There
Shock
we go.
and
I mean that's
Boom.
expected.
Where's my money?
July 14th, Strasbourg recruitment chief,
Oh.
like Desire, he will not arrive right away. Chelsea first wishing to integrate him into the club. He will come in August after the US tour.
Yeah.
Where's my money? Where's all the one, man? Where's my
Strasbourg
money?
gonna get into the
Where's
fucking
my
Champions
money?
League.
Wait, Oba, you made a bet with Oba? That
Yes,
zookeeper can't pay you, bro.
£50 I said.
Where is he
Angelo,
playing, by the way?
I'm
Don't
gonna-
let
he-
Olise be another flop. Boy, like your guy, bro. No, not that guy.
50 pounds. He thought it's a weight, man. He
No,
doesn't
you
know
should
that.
need to bet
Congratulations
Sancho
for
or
winning the mid off, though. Congratulations.
Where's Anthony's picture as well? Put Anthony's picture up there as well. That's what we should do.
No, Sancho.
Sancho and Anthony. Should put them both up there. Martial.
Yeah,
put him up there.
Martial.
Yep. Veghorst.
Almost the attack. Almost the attack, to be fair. And big
Hey,
up to
let me just-
Shard,
hey.
saw Man United v Arsenal yesterday in New Jersey. Mount, Kai, Rice, and Jorginho all super quiet.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing from
Just
Mount.
to
but he
just
won
to
his
all Man
time as
United
time.
fans, take Rashford's
Yeah.
numbers out. Your attack is just like ours from last season, bro. Without Rashford, you're last.
Actually, no, we got Nicholas Giroud now, so we're clear. You're not going to hold
Nicholas Giroud, relax.
that. You'll hold that.
Yeah, but that doesn't say that it's 100% sure that he's going over there on loan. Let's just say that they will evaluate him after the preseason.
I think though, if someone like Olise is,
Yeah, that's what
Olise
I'm
does-
saying. So if Olise is coming, then then there will be. But to sign Olise is still time. Cities is still in it.
Yeah, as if City are going for him.
Yeah, if City, I don't think City is pursuing him hard. By the way, but
I think
and
also I read
City
something
usually
about-
and City is usually not the one that look. If let's let's have one thing straight. There's nobody in the Premier League will actually go against Chelsea when Chelsea wants somebody. Even City. City will every time City back up because Chelsea will put at the end put more money.
I think also we don't pay release clauses. We like to pay a bit more, but the payment structure is maybe a bit longer. So that's why we don't go for the full. If it is 35, I don't think we'll pay that.
Yeah.
I think we'll pay just a little bit more than that. So.
All right, guys, I gotta go on Miguel's stream and cook.
No worries, bro. We're gonna redirect
luck,
there
bro.
in a couple minutes anyway. So
I'll see you.
enjoy.
Good luck.
Enjoy the
No,
show.
no
Take
luck.
care, bro.
No luck needed. As long as I keep the people, players same. Make sure I get the players right this.
But it's at least going to be a 45-minute discussion on Havertz. So that's definitely happening on that stream.
Yeah. I'll see you, boys.
Take care, bro.
Take care.
Okay, man.
What else do we have? Elie Wahi, talks are now advancing with him. New negotiations, but he's still looking to go to Strasbourg.
What happened
Don't
with
mind.
Caicedo? Any news on Caicedo?
Nah, just Chelsea's focus is still on Caicedo, and they want to get this deal done.
Bro, what if? Imagine if the focus wasn't on fucking Caicedo. How long would that fucking take, bro?
I think
Bro, I don't know. This has already been long. This is
I think
already.
we shouldn't even discuss Caicedo unless it happens.
That's the thing. All we just hear is the same thing for the last 2 to 3
We
weeks.
should discuss it. We should discuss it unless something new happens. If it's the same shit.
Caicedo needs to go take a vacation, go to Miami, spend some time there, and refuse to train, bro. It will be solved very quickly after that, man.
Yeah, that's why hopefully, well, if we end up moving for someone else, maybe it pushes him to force his way out. Well, hopefully he just tries to do it anyway. Maybe just runs out of patience. Cool. Right, I think that is everything. Anyone else got anything they want to add? Because I think we've gone through all the news for today. Keeping an eye on Lavia's situation, not linked to Caicedo, but Caicedo's a priority currently. I still don't think we go in for Lavia anymore. I kind of feel like that ship sailed.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's about it. Right, yeah, we're going to redirect to Igal's channel. Everyone head over there. Tell him Kai Havertz is shit. And we'll be back here at 10:30 for Shameless FC. So check that out. We got a double upload today. Head over to Shameless. Big up, people. Like, subscribe, and as always, up the Chels.